Um, so I created two-part lesson for you. First, do you know in our academic writing 3, we keep talking about the Chicago style. So I wanted to just quickly show you where that comes from because maybe you guys are like, why do we have to do this Chicago style? Teacher Brendan's hometown, right? What is the Chicago style? And I did some research using ChatGPT to tell you the truth. And what I found out about this Chicago style is a big part of it is actually professional printing guys um, would put type together and they needed a consistent or same style. And in my hometown, Chicago, the printers, do you see all the printing here? The printers would do this by hand. This guy's working all day. I hope he gets to sit down. Standing up would be terrible. And you have to put the print in backwards to print a page. And so do you see all this tiny writing? This is just for one book. So the reason why the Chicago style started is so they could tell the printers a technique or style that they use all the time. So let's see. Hey, Tom number 2, can you read my introduction to a little bit of a history lesson for tonight?
Okay, a little history for tonight lesson. I've been using the term Chicago Manual of Style for essay writing since we are using this as an accepted international standard for writing. I think we should learn some things about it because students might be thinking, well, why do we have to use this style? Here is the Chicago style came into such widespread practice.
Nice, Tom, too. Hey, Bone, can you read this part here about the CMS?
Chicago Manual of Style, CMS, became a national and international standard for academic writing through a combination of historical influence, industrial support, adaptability, and prestige. Here's a breakdown of how it became the standard for academic writing.
Yeah, and so Bone, if you notice, do you see where I put the little comma before the final thing? So we have influence, institutional support, adaptability, comma, and prestige. So in many of your papers, I'm actually putting this as a correction. Number 1, number 2, number 3, and then comma, the final thing, prestige, meaning it became famous and important prestige. So that's actually Chicago style right there, putting that little thing. Now in England and England and Australia and Ireland, they don't put that Chicago style final comma. So it looks like this, you guys. It goes like that. But real Chicago style is that one more comma. So if you use that, it's probably the best thing way, you guys. So you're like, I like pineapples, comma, durian, comma, strawberries, comma, and apples, right? So the final one gets a comma and. So that's Chicago style, one of the many Chicago styles. Okay, origins at prestigious university. You guys, University of Chicago Press, it was founded in 1891 because the University of Chicago is such a new university. It was started in the 1880s by very rich, powerful Americans, including John Rockefeller, the guy who controlled all the early gasoline in America. He gave millions and millions of dollars to the University of Chicago to start as a new university of great ideas. So people who really understood Albert Einstein, that like Kevin is so interested in, the physicist who helped support Einstein actually did research at the University of Chicago. It's the place where they created the atomic bomb that they dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki, was developed at the University of Chicago by a guy named Fermi, an Italian. Enrico Fermi enriched the uranium and plutonium that they used in the bomb. Yeah. And the University of Chicago has 9 Nobel Prize winners, including Milton Friedman, whom I don't really agree with. But so because they had all these international professors, scholars, teachers who got big money because it was a rich university, they created the University of Chicago Press. And this really was a strong, powerful press. Press means they press the papers to make the books and the magazine articles. So in 1906, it published the first edition of the Chicago Manual of Style. It's actually a book that you could follow for high school teachers and college professors. it initially intended as an in-house guide for typesetters. So they were going to just give this book to this guy here who's putting all this type together. And so that's where it got. It was like typesetters. I mean, it's just crazy. I just got to mute this off for a second. Okay, so let me do that. I'm sorry about that. If you guys can do, you raise your hand. Okay, so raise your hand and then I'll call on you, I promise, because there's too much noise. Okay, so interesting point, because Chicago style worked best as a guide for workers who set type. And you guys, you wouldn't want to do this job. It's really boring and you can't make mistakes and you have to set type all day and it has to be perfect. Tom, the super duper guy, what would you like to add? Thank you for using your raise your hand, my friend. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hey, Tom, do you think this guy has an exciting life?
speaking of Chicago, I just remember something kind of like,
What did you
let's say, in the old days in Chicago, you know why it's called Chicago? Chi means chicken, ka means cat, and goat means goat. And from then you can tell that it was absolute cinema at the like wild
Yeah,
animals, just like the.
Do you know, that's an interesting story, but do you know what Chicago, it's indigenous speaking from the Winnebago tribe or the Black Hawk Indians in northern Illinois. Do you know what Chicago really means, Tom? Place of the stinking onions. There were wild onions and it smelled terrible in summer like onions. And that's what Chicago means. Onion, it means onion place. and bad smelling onions too. All right.
If I ever go there, I'm just gonna cry all day if you said it.
Hey, Mr. Tom, can you read this for us called Continuous Updates and Responsiveness?
For continuous updates and responsiveness, the CMS has been regularly revised. Now it's in the 17th edition, keeping pace with changes in publishing technologies, digital citation needs, and stylistic preferences. Plain. It includes both notes and
bibliography. Bibliography.
Yes.
Bibliography.
Coca-Cola graphy.
Ah, yes. Okay. For traditional disciplines, arts, sciences, math.
I didn't even know how to call it, so I just call it Coca-Cola graphy.
Bibliography. Okay.
Bibliography.
All right. Author, date systems, science and social sciences.
Author date systems for science and social sciences.
All right, Tom, do you know what that means? It means like if you put a footnote and you go, I got this information from this book, that's what you're using notes and bibliography for. So the teacher knows where you're getting those things. By the way, you guys can send me messages in chat. I put on the mute just because I have so much information to get through, you guys. Now, they use this expression lingua franca. English became more and more important, but did you guys know that originally at universities they did lingua franca, means French language was used all around the world by lawyers, doctors. They all spoke French or German, and English was seen as this weaker language. But the Americans and British became so powerful that English in the 19th century, 1800s, by 1890s with the University of Chicago and Oxford and Cambridge, English became the standard language for business and law and science. So the French weren't not too happy about that, because about 300 years ago, the French were all powerful. So let me ask you a question. Raise your hand. You can use the raise. You know how to use your raise your hand button. Can you answer the question, who is this famous boy meeting one of the French nobles, the Marquis of something, something, something? Do you know, Bone? Do you know, Tom? Bone, who's that famous little boy? And he would become even more famous.
Mozart.
Yes, nice, Tom, you got it. It's Mozart. That's little Mozart. The story is he jumped into her lap like a little happy dog, and she was really shocked. And he said, I love you. He was such a funny little kid, Mozart. So they probably.
I remember that one time he used free songs to he used free hands to play a song, So basically, he was just
Hey, Kevin.
in his class, and he just like what's the thing là gì ta?
All right, let's go to Kevin. Kevin, go ahead. Hey, Kevin,
Uh,
who are these? Who are these famous guys?
I don't really know about them.
These are important. These are the original French diplomats who spoke French. So when they did the 1973 peace talks in Paris, the Vietnamese guys all spoke
Why
French.
they say M. de Virginis?
Yeah, he's the old French diplomat. He meets foreign governments. But if you look at all of these guys, all these Vietnamese guys spoke perfect French because they were trying to end the war in Vietnam in 1973. And there's the famous American Henry Kissinger. Now, he spoke German because he was born in Germany and his English was good. But I don't know if he spoke to the Vietnamese guys in French or English, or if he had an interpreter. But most of these famous Vietnamese negotiators, diplomats, spoke perfect French, you guys. So that's what, when I use this expression, lingua franca, it means French was used all over the world. Lingua franca, it means French language. Okay, and that's just a little history that I wanted to show you guys as a warm-up. Why the Chicago style is so important, because English became important all over the world and Chicago became this super powerful thing. Okay, you guys, here is our final homework, and I will show you this in just a moment. Save that and push this. I designed this lesson for you because you guys already know that we're coming up on the 50th anniversary of the unification of Vietnam. So let's see. CC is here. Is that CC that I just saw, or is that, who was that? I saw one of my Ivy. Hey Ivy. Hey Ivy. How are you?
Yes, here.
Hey Ivy. Could you read this here? You can read all of this.
Okay. Hello, everyone. Thanks for your hard work these past 9 classes. For our final homework, I want you to write a special essay associated with the topic of Vietnamese National Unification Day. The 50th commemoration is coming up on April 30th, 1975. This is one day after my birthday on April 29th. This essay can be as long as you would like it to be. To get started, we will start with some ideas in class. From the notes on Chicago manual styles, we could see typesetting. I thought about typesetting and published newspaper as an important part of the North Vietnamese effort towards the renewing the country. Sometimes as simple as typesetting is in very difficult conditions when food are rationed, electricity and waters too, and the threat of bombs from planes would make printing a paper a very stressful thing to do. If I were to write a academic paper, I could write about published newspaper and pamphlets during the Vietnam War from 1963 to 1973 that could easily about 7 to 10 pages. What do you think was important during the war for unification period? I have also heard that member of the North Vietnamese government could leave Hanoi for safety using basic bicycle. So you can see sometimes something as simple as a bicycle, it was very important.
Yeah. So here's the government. They would put everything on the bicycles and leave when the bombs started dropping. So let's go to each group and say, these are small things like putting the typesetter guys to make newspapers and stuff. Can you think, anyone, of things like bicycles that helped North Vietnam reunify the country? So let me ask you, can you guys, you can use your raise your hand thing and then I can call on you one by one. And I promise I'll give you all a chance to speak. So who would like to try it? Hey, Naked, Mr. Naked. So we have bicycles and typewriters. These are the like strange things that helped Vietnam win the war.
Yes.
Can you think of other stuff that helped win? That's maybe unusual.
I think basically forest
Mm.
is a big part
Mm.
since it provides needed cover for ambush or transportation.
Nice. So I'm going to put Naked wrote using the forest. I put an extra thing in there, Naked. That's really good. Hey, Mr. There he is. Hey, Kevin, what would you like to say?
I remember one video that they did go by bicycle, but usually people was walking and use some other tools to fight.
Yeah. So tools, do you want to say? And then the money, where did the money come from, Kevin?
I don't remember as much because I watched this video for past. I just remember now.
Did they show that video recently, Tom? Kevin, did they show that video recently? Oh, your microphone went out. Because, you know, Unification Day is coming up. It's the 50th anniversary. So, Kevin, did you see that video recently?
Yes, I just like see one video of people just walking and use a sword and fight, and they did win.
Hmm.
But the sword are not. But the sword are like using my words.
Okay. Oh, I see. Okay. Okay. Very interesting, Kevin. Ellis, you said, can I use my microphone now? Of course you can. Are you there, Ms. Ellis?
Hi, teacher.
Hey, Ellis, good to hear your voice. Do you like it better this way where you just speak one-on-one? You don't have to challenge everybody just to speak and be heard?
Can you repeat that again, please?
So it's good to hear your voice speaking directly. In your classes, Ellis, you're in secondary school now. Are they discussing the unification of Vietnam recently? Because it's 50 years in 2 weeks, in 10 days, actually. Are the teachers talking?
Because it's almost tests already.
Oh, it's tests. They gave you tests.
There, I will have tests tomorrow.
Okay. There are tests on the subjects.
Literature and technology.
Oh, nice. And it's about reunification of Vietnam.
No.
Oh, okay. I'm just wondering if you have about reunification, though. Okay. Hey, let's ask Selena. Selena, how are you, Selena?
Hi.
Hi, Selena. Hey, Selena, are you doing the reunification in your history classes?
Not yet.
Okay, because it's, you know, the 50th anniversary is coming up in 10 days. So Kevin was talking about people in the countryside using wooden weapons. Nakin was saying using the forest to hide your soldiers and things like that. Do you know anything, simple things that the North Vietnamese used?
What they use?
Yeah, like bicycles to carry food and medicine and weapons. Diplomats had things.
I think I don't know about like what they use, but maybe there's some changes that
Okay.
I know a little bit of.
Okay, can you describe one?
Like the economic that like really changed.
Okay.
and it's like people like they coming together, together.
Hmm.
They're not really having much conflict.
Hmm.
And international integration.
Mhm. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Really good, Selena. Hey, Ivy, you raised your hand. What would Ivy like to say? Let me go to Ivy. Hey, Ivy.
Like in my opinion, we should like use like a lake or something like that, because when people like transferring the goods or people there, it will like, because like when you go into the forest, that might be like easier for the enemies to recognize us, and it
Mm.
will like leave some marks of our legs, so it will be like
Oh,
easier.
yeah, that's excellent.
But when we slept like on the water, it will be like more difficult for them to find us and what
Yeah.
way that they would go.
Uh-huh. Nice one. Ivy, I hadn't even thought of that. That's really, really good. I actually studied military history, Ivy, and that's something I just didn't know about, using lake transport. If after maybe just 20 minutes, you don't know that a small boat went over the surface of that water. It's really, really, really good, Ivy. Thank you so much. You taught the teacher a lesson. Hey, Mr. Kevin, what did you want to? Kevin has his hand up. Kevin, go ahead. Thing that helped reunify bicycles, using lakes, using forests.
Oh, people use their nature to attract, and sometimes in one part of Vietnam, like they win is they use their nature to like fighting,
Oh, okay.
like setting a track with a lot of rock.
Uh-huh. Okay. Uh-huh. Now, let me show you guys something that's really crazy. I just thought of something. If I show you the picture, I'll just show you the picture, and then you guys can tell me if you understand just by the picture what this means. So let me type it into the images. Yeah, this is amazing. If I can get a good picture of this. Yeah. This is it, you guys. Okay, so the North Vietnamese army was very, very clever. Do you see these are sandals for soldiers? They're by the Viet Cong, the Southern insurgents. Do you know what are these made from, you guys? Do you know? You can raise your hand if you know. Mr. Tom the Super, what are these sandals made from?
Leather or plastic.
Well, you think they're leather?
I also know some of those sandals. I also have some of those, or maybe not, but there are ones belong to Uncle Ho, which is displayed.
Uncle Ho, yeah. But where did the soldiers
Displayed
get them
in
from?
displayed in displayed in some museum. I don't know why it's in.
Yeah, you saw them in a museum, but what did they make them from?
I think it's just made of some plastic and some leather. I think so, but
Selena, do you know the answer, Selena? Let's ask Selena. Hey, Selena, do you know what they were made from?
Maybe I can guess. Like maybe it's from like the leftover from the war, like aircraft tires.
Yeah,
Something
Jeep
like
tires, you guys. So you see these Jeeps, these American Jeeps, they would leave the tires left over, like Selena just said, and they would actually make sandals. The soldiers made sandals. So now we have bicycles, sandals, using the forest. So anything you could use to win a war, they used tires to make sandals, you guys. So if we go back to those sandals in the Vietnam War, and one more time. And so there they are. You can clearly see that these were made from tires. Isn't that amazing? So you just have to cut the tire to shape your foot, put straps around it, and you have a new pair of sandals. What do you think, Tom? Is it crazy? Kevin, what would you like to say? Kevin, Tom, what's going on?
I don't think they make from car because in the past people don't have car.
Oh no, they took them from the American Jeeps, Tom, Kevin. So like, let's say they destroy an American Jeep.
No, I
And-
don't think they make like tire. They make some from something because in Vietnam in the past we don't have car. We only just have bicycle.
No, the Americans brought the cars, and then they would catch the cars, Kevin, and use the tires because the car
I
was
don't know if
totally
they have
destroyed.
car because I didn't hear that American have car.
Oh no, they sent 100,000 Jeeps to Vietnam. They were made by Toyota in Japan, and they sent
I need to
100,000
search.
Jeeps.
I don't know. I need to search Google.
Okay, so search for that one, but I'm pretty sure the number was 100,000 Jeeps, which is a huge number of Jeeps. Hey, Bone, did you know that they use the tires from the Jeeps to make the sandals for the soldiers? Oh, Bone, your microphone is kind of crazy. He's talking, but there's no sound. Bone, what happened? Where's Bone? Hey, Bone, what's
Oh
going on?
no, mic problem.
A mic problem. So, Bone, did you know that the Viet Cong, the Viet Minh, and the North Vietnamese soldiers would just take old things like tires and make sandals out of them?
So like they just cut the tire and then they stick it into a sandal.
Yeah, they would just cut
Yeah,
it out. They,
cool.
like,
Teacher,
Yeah.
I know the answer. People in America
okay, go
does
ahead,
have
Kevin.
car. America does have car.
Yeah, they sent, I'll put this in chat.
But
You guys.
I don't know what car it is. I think it's just a car
It's a
made with a
Jeep.
rickshaw. I think it was a car made with a rickshaw.
Well, those are the French who had those, you guys. So 100,000 Jeeps. They sent 100,000
My
Jeeps to
God.
Vietnam. So it's crazy. All right, you guys. So that's just a little background there for your history lesson because your Unification Day is coming up soon, you guys.
Come on, boy.
Aren't you excited about that, Kevin and Bone? You're going to have parades and stuff, and it's going to be like a big party. It's going to be kind of amazing, don't you think?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I think it should be exciting. Will you guys have fireworks also?
Yeah. There are fireworks and also like some soldiers marching and
Yeah.
horses and drones dancing around.
Nice, really nice. Mr. Kevin, what did you want to say? Kevin rose his hand. Hey, let me go to Mr. Spooky's homework. I want to show you what Spooky did. Spooky did technology and education. I want Spooky. Spooky, are you here? Spooky, Spooky. I have to find the Spooky. Spooky, where are you? I just saw your avatar. Spooky. Spooky, where are you? We're missing Spooky. Come on, what's going on here? This is crazy, you guys. Spooky. Oh. Spooky, you disabled chat. I need my mic. Spooky, I'm sorry. There are too many people chatting at the same time, so I want to get Spooky here. All right, Spooky, I'm going to enable your mic. Are you ready, Mr. Spooky? There you go. Hey, Spooky, are you there now? Spooky.
Yes.
Hey, Spooks, talk to me here. Let me get it one more time. See,
Sorry.
when you disable all the mics, it kind of sucks because it takes everything out. All the excitement is gone. Hey, Spooky, are you there?
Yes.
Okay, would you like to read what you wrote? Because I like this. You did a nice job here.
Definitely not. Okay, but I do not see anything.
How do you see it?
I only changed a few stuff in the paragraph you gave.
All right, go ahead. It's just this, Spooky. Do you see it in the share?
Yes, I see it. In
Okay, give us a
conclusion,
reading.
technology can make learning more engaging and accessible for students of all backgrounds. On visual platforms support various different learning styles, such as quicker typing and increasing with ease. With just a few clicks, each technological advancement can promote collaboration. However, screen time and tech overuse can become issues at some point. Schools should use technology wisely to enhance proof something that isn't good yet, but not learning.
Nice, nice. And so, Spooky, did you see I added this thing here? Each technological investment can promote, because you wrote each promote collaboration. You could do this, Spooky. You could write each promotes collaboration, but I thought maybe we could repeat that here. Each technological advancement can promote collaboration. Now, Spooky, the question I have for you, do you use collaboration in your schoolwork? Do you work on teams for certain projects?
Yes, I know the word collaboration, but I never write it.
All right. So you guys working together is collaboration.
I know
And
that.
okay,
I know
now,
that.
now, did you work on any projects, Mr. Spooky?
Yes, I'm doing I'm doing projects right now at school.
And which one are you working on?
I don't even know how I can say that.
Uh,
Project.
Is it that one, Spooky? It's a super top secret project, Spooky. All right. Let's go to Mr. Kevin. Hey, Kevin, what would you like to say?
One.
What? You raised your hand.
I studied this school and
Okay.
I don't use so much.
All right. Hey, Spooky. Not Spooky. Mr. Kevin, I want to read. You guys are always good about doing your homework, so I want to take a look at this homework. Okay, you guys ready? Let me see. I'll mute these so we can hear the Spooky and so just Kevin here, and Kevin this is Kevin's homework.
I don't know why I write a whole paragraph because if my mom said she will be angry.
Really? Kevin, let's go to your homework and then just check this. Okay, so let's go.
So that's why I have to write a whole paragraph.
Yeah, you wrote a nice paragraph, Spooky. Kevin, sorry, I keep calling you Spooky Kevin. Kevin, 1 second here. Kevin, oh, why did it do that? It went all the way to the beginning of the course, and that's like 1,000,000 years ago, you guys.
What, teacher?
It's so weird. I wanted to just
Teacher,
get to
my teacher say that wait me 1 second, and I just say one. That's all.
Okay. Here we have Spooky, and here we have Elvin. And oh, your mother wanted you to write more paragraphs?
No, I just only write one paragraph.
Okay, because Kevin, if you want, you could write 2 or 3 like you did that one on the thing. There's Selena's. Let's see, where is Mr. Kevin? Kevin, where are you? Kevin, I can't find it. I know you did the assignment.
Yeah, just do it so early.
Yeah, so there's Macon. And then here's Kevin. Kevin, oh, I see it's your mom's name. Okay, so here's Kevin's. And Kevin, go ahead. You did a really nice job on this. So I'll tell you what. Kevin, can you read the new version? You had your chat version, and then you had your Kevin version. Okay, so can you read the technology and education, the new paragraph here?
What? Why are they're on medicine? They're on like no changing thing.
There you go. Technology and education. ChatGPT's had the original there, but here's your version. Go ahead.
Technology and education. Technology and why say it?
Technology and education is a very important thing that people, you're fine.
Technology in education is a very important thing that people will use because this type people usually use electricity, but what thing that people use? Well, people use like smartphone, watch, and so that's how technology and education begin. In the future, people use and more technology and education, like an electric car, and sometimes have the cool robots too. Now people already use some of the cool technology and education, like a big open bridge in London. Technology can make learning more and energizing and access for students of all backgrounds. Online tools and digital platforms support different learning styles and promote collaboration. However, screen time and tech overuse can be a problem. Schools should use technology widely to enhance, not replace traditional learning. In conclusion, I would like to tell that technology and a lot because technology and education are things that help people, like it help people more relax and also help people work.
Very nice, Kevin. I like your own style of writing. It's very nice. Really good. Okay. Let's see. Hey, Naken, I said, was there more in your thing? But now I understand you were just making it as simple as you can. So Naken, that's what I put my comment. I said, is there more, Kate, Naken? So Naken, now I understand what you did. Sorry about that. So Naken and Selena. Oh, I want to do one of these here is by Nancy did this wonderful display. I believe this is Selena or Nancy. Whose homework is this? It has this beautiful thing. Let me take a look. Was it the original by Selena? Let me see if I've got the Selena here. Yeah, okay, Selena. So I have the corrected version here. One moment, please, and save. Okay, so let me go to Selena. Selena, one moment, please. There's Naked. Okay, yeah. Okay, here it is. Okay, so I'm going to unmute Selena's thing here so she can see it. And here we go, Selena. Okay, if I can find Selena. There you are, Selena. Hey, Selena, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Hey, Selena, thanks for this. I really enjoyed. Look at these beautiful graphics, you guys. She did this really nice job here. And I'll make it bigger so everyone can read. Okay. Can you read the original and then the new version?
Okay. The original. Too much homework can lead to stress, burnout, and lack of family time. This is important. Quality matters more than quantity. Teachers should assign meaningful, manageable tasks. Students need to balance to learn efficiently. For the new version,
yeah, the new
in the
version.
end, too much homework can cause stress and take away time from family. Homework should help students learn, not make them feel tired or rushed. It's better to have good quality homework than a lot of it. With the right balance, students can stay healthy and do the best in school.
Yeah, really good, Selena. You did an excellent job on this. Really nice. And thank you for these graphics. It's really cool. There's the stress, the burnout. And then what did you, are you down or what is this last part, Selena? This is really funny. I can't.
I just like, I searched on internet and I saw it. So I put it on.
Let's see if
it looked interesting to me.
Yeah, how do we get that though? I can't get it down there.
Are you done with homework? Are you done with homework?
Very quick. Got cut off, but it was okay. Now I understand it. Really nice, Selena. Very good. Hey, Mr. Naken, I'm sorry I said, is there more? But now I understand. So I'm going to go to Naken's here because you did do a good job on this, Naken. You just made it very simple. And so here's Naken, just did the simplified version. And if we can get to Mr. Naken here, Naken, are you there?
Yes, I'm here.
Hey, Naken, this is your homework. Now I understand what you did. Okay, so you didn't put the original, you just wrote the simple version. Can you read it?
So I
and
read
I'll
it.
take away this one. I get to say very good, Naken, because this is fine the way it is. Okay, go ahead, Naken.
Lack of family time, burnout, and stress can be caused by too much homework. So even though practice is important, quantity is less important than quality. Students should be assigned meaningful, manageable tasks and need balance to learn effectively.
Nice. Really good. And that's your rephrasing. So Nakin, it's fine with me. Good, 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 good. Okay, any questions? You can raise your hands if you have questions. I just wanted to do about 5 of those homeworks. Nancy, how are you? I see Nancy has this beautiful glow in her face. What's going on, Nancy? Talk to us.
Nothing. I just
How is your Sunday? Are you having a good Sunday?
right.
Yeah. Now, Nancy, is your school going to celebrate on April 30th, the reunification day?
I think we're gonna have a talk to some soldiers that once fought in that battles.
Oh, really? You're going to have to get to talk to soldiers who were there 50 years ago?
Yeah, my school have those talks a lot.
Yeah, okay. Are the soldier stories interesting?
Yeah, super. I love it, especially the teachers.
You want to hear a crazy story, Nancy? In
Yeah.
some part of Vietnam, there was a group of soldiers and they were hiding. And then the Americans came and the Vietnamese soldiers just killed all the Americans. It was in October 1965, maybe. And one of the he's old man now, but at the time he was only 18 years old. And so at night he went over to the American bodies and he said, "Oh my God, these guys are giants. We just killed a bunch of giants." And so he said that each year he does a special Buddhist ceremony or something. He said, "I don't want the ghosts of these giant men to come back to my farm," because he built a farm right next to where all the soldiers were killed. And he said, he's like an old man with his old thinking. He said, "I don't want their ghosts to come back." He was really serious about it too. It's like, oh my God, what a story. What a story.
That's
Okay.
cute.
It is. It was a cute story. It's interesting. He looked at the Americans and said, "These guys are giants," because they're probably like tall guys from the countryside. All right, you guys. So there's reunification day, and so you guys, can you use the chat, please? The chat, or I'll take away. You know what I'll do, you guys, because you're very good manners. So let me just go to the chat. So 1 second, we're going to talk about this reunification day one more time, but I'm going to go to the chats. And where it says mute all, I'm going to say unmute all, you guys. You guys can talk as much as you want, but don't shout out crazy stuff, right? So looking at these reunification, I want to talk to Mr. Tom because he always has good ideas. Mr. Tom. Mr. Tom, are you there? So now I open up.
Are you there?
Hey, Tom,
From the
looking at these images, what do you think is interesting
From
for
the
you?
super duper 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 booper.
Like, Tom, here are the old soldiers. Here are the old
From the
soldiers.
super duper duper
Right,
Wait, Kevin, let him talk. Go ahead, Tom.
I just remember something like hammer and some
Wait, Tom, one more time. I couldn't understand that. What?
I don't know anything of this. I am not even know what 30 April is something. I don't even know. I just know.
It's the
I
50th
just remember
anniversary when the Vietnam became one country.
and
You don't
some present thingy and
What do you don't know? Look at Tom. If you go to the parade, you can meet a cute girl. I mean, how cool
Hey,
is
yo,
that?
Mr. Brandon, which country are you from?
I'm from America, but I'm also Irish.
Okay, this is literally the celebration
Teacher, do
of
you
the
mean you-
19th America in war.
So Ireland got its independence from England through fighting, and Vietnam got its independence from France and America through fighting. So my countries are very similar to your country. That's why I always am sympathetic of the North Vietnamese reunifying the country. So there it is. So, and then this is a statue, I think, right? No, that's the original photo, you guys. Those are the tanks that took over April 30th, 1975, you guys. So it's an important day. There it is, you guys. So this was 40 years. Now it's 50 years, you guys. Right? So that's 45. So what do you think? Kind of amazing? Impressions?
Very amazing. Oh my god.
I think it is. There's
Teacher, the tank that the tank Vietnam used.
The what?
I see the tank that Vietnam used turn into
Yeah.
a goose
Now,
statue.
these people just like went to the beach to celebrate. That's kind of interesting, don't you think? Just let's go to the beach and have a good time.
Yeah, just like 1,000 of people.
I mean, here are the military parades, but these people are like, it's a holiday. Let's go to the beach and have a good time. But it's
Teacher,
still
I
kinda
don't know
cool.
what to say, but last time I just get pop out of school and I go to the beach and there was 1,000 of people.
Ah. Hey, let's ask who can we?
Yo.
Hey, Mr. Tom, do these guys look badass? Do they look really good fighters? We're trying to teach Tom history here. Oh, you're getting muted because you're just going crazy. Let's ask Tom number 2. Tom 2. Look at these soldiers. These guys ate a bowl of rice each day. Do you think they were like heroes?
Yeah, they
Yes.
Yeah, I
in
think they're
the past
badass.
they only eat like one.
These guys look so cool.
They do look cool, and they were so thin, you guys, because they only ate a bowl of rice a day. So pretty cool.
That.
Pretty cool. And then do you guys know the famous picture of the American helicopters leaving the U.S. Embassy?
No, I just remember them. I think the most famous picture about Vietnam Reunification Day is a tank.
Teacher, is someone in my class like it go like somewhere of like in the other country like America, they call California.
Yeah. Oh yeah, a lot of people.
Or
So
they
here,
only say Cali.
so these huge helicopters landed in the American embassy, and then all these families got on
Okay,
board.
you guys don't need to talk about that California.
Go.
But Tom, do you know what they're doing here? They didn't have enough room on the ship, so they pushed the helicopters into the ocean. So there's these helicopters are really
The
expensive.
helicopter was just like, get out!
And so these guys are here. And so they're
No,
saying,
they push the helicopter into the ocean and they buy a new one.
yeah, that's true. They just made new ones. They were so rich, you know. So they just pushed the helicopters into the ocean so they could make more room because
They
families
really-
wanted to leave, right?
They really
Where-
said, "Get out!"
They said, "Get out!" Right? It was
Like,
very stressful.
they
Very
were throwing
stressful.
it-
Like
They were
they
throwing
would
it
show
on a
your
net.
thing here, right?
They
They
are
were throwing it
smart.
on a net.
Teacher, I don't think they are very smart.
It's sad.
They're-
Look at how sad this
They're
boy
throwing
is.
it on the net.
Yeah.
Teacher, I don't think they're smart. I think they just use the gun and push up that helicopter to make us big smash in the ocean.
Yeah. And then do you know what happened after 1975 events? In the 1975, a lot of people just got on their small fishing boats and they left. They took these small boats to Australia or Indonesia, and they just said, you know, we're gonna leave, right? And it was really sad, you guys. So they were on these boats. These boats weren't very safe, but these boats would go to Indonesia or Malaysia or Australia just to leave Vietnam. So it was a very dynamic time, you guys, in history. And they call them the boat people, which I don't think is very nice to call people boat people because they're Vietnamese people. They're not boat people. All right, so your homework. You guys, can you write me one paragraph on Reunification Day? What are you going to do at your school? What are you going to do with your family
Family.
in
I
Hanoi? Yeah. Spooky,
I
can
think
you
we're
give
gonna
us
go
one
to
paragraph?
I think we're gonna go to like those museums where they display like planes and like tanks and stuff.
Yeah. Are you going to go with your family or with your school?
With my family. In fact, I went there yesterday.
With my family, but I wish my school will has a trip
Yeah.
because this year my
Teacher, I
there's a
just have a
new
trip
prince-
to
principal, so I can't.
Teacher.
The trip got delayed.
I just have a trip with it. If
You guys, when I was 10 years old, you know, America had the same thing. In 1976, It was called the Bicentennial. It was the 200th anniversary of America. And that's one of the original bells. That's the President Ford ringing the bell.
Everybody smash the bell.
They did crack it. They did crack it, actually, when they were moving it. So they had these celebrations, guys on horses. This is Washington, D.C. here. They had these soldiers marching in the old marching style because this was our independence from Britain in 1776. And there was the President Ford with his wife and, oh no, with the Queen of England. That's who we got our independence from. So if you guys write a paragraph, I'll also write a paragraph for you guys. There are the old sailing ships too. Hey, you guys, you know what's crazy about this picture?
Is this the last class?
I think next week is our last class. So if you can write a one paragraph final essay is, what will you do for Reunification Day? How does that sound, you guys? Hey, let me ask Nakin. Nakin, you're a good history guy.
Next time I learn about Korea.
All right. Hey, Nakin, are you there?
Yeah, they don't like Korea.
Nakin, what's strange about this picture? It's New York.
There's a lot of people.
Yeah. And do you see these two towers? They were
There
only
are a lot of people.
What happened to these two towers, you guys?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah, that's so bad.
Isn't that crazy,
They're
Tom?
the World Trade
So
Center.
crazy.
I think they
I
almost like
remember they
I
are.
think they almost like crashing.
Yeah, what happened to them? Do you guys remember? It was 24 years ago.
Twin Towers.
Yeah. Here's what it looked like. It's a shocking picture, but those towers were hit by the two airplanes and then they burned. And then
Not
they,
that incident again.
Oh,
Why do you reminding that incident of 9/11?
Oh my god!
yeah.
People
Yeah,
people on the 12th people on the 12th day of September
Stop saying
2001.
bully.
Mr. Brennan, I remember this. So people, so there is this woman who is having a cigarette break in the I forgot what it's called. The cigarette in the elevator, and she was going out, and she saw the. So basically, she's in the other twin towers,
Yeah.
which is before it got hit by a plane. So
Yeah.
she saw.
I feel like
Yeah.
Saw she saw
I see like
a plane hit her building, which is the Twin Towers. One of so she ran. So as result the cigarette that smoking thing have saved her life.
Yeah. The
Tinker,
smoking
I
breaks.
think
You
she like
know the fact.
Tinker, I just said boom.
I think you know a fact. After 9/11, the people in America were literally hiding because they thought the entire world was targeting America.
This is true. Yeah, it's true. Spooky, my friend's wife was a lawyer in Chicago. She had to take an emergency train out of the city because they thought Chicago was next because it has really tall towers. So this is the president and he's dancing with the Queen of England. This is a crazy photo, you guys. Yes.
If this tower don't like smash the one of the tower in Dubai could not be as tall as that cat tower.
Yeah. What was that?
The Burj Khalifa, the world most tallest tower in the world.
Yeah, we still would have been. Okay, do you guys do you see this crack in the bell? Somebody said if they cracked the bell, was that Kevin or somebody or Spooky?
I
said,
say everybody smashed the bell.
so when they moved the bell, they actually did smash it, Kevin. And
did.
it's cracked.
They
So how did you know that?
Peter.
How did you know that? That's crazy, right? By the way, when I was a boy, I went and I visited.
Teacher,
the
I know it when I was in the first grade.
Oh, you knew that. When I was a boy, I actually visited this bell and I didn't touch it. But there is something I did touch on the underside of it. Do you guys know this? Brendan Teacher actually touched this 38 years ago when I was living in London.
Wow.
And-
Oh, that's the
and I-
song.
and it's the famous Rosetta Stone. I didn't touch the writing because I know that's really bad. So I touched it under the belly of the stone just to say I touched it, which is kind of evil.
Wow.
But I touched it here. I didn't touch the writing. Now you can't touch it. It's under glass, you guys. It's in a glass box. So there's no way you can touch it. But people used to touch it on the part here. I touched it here. So why is this stone important, you guys?
Amazing.
What did this stone? I bet Nakin knows this. Bone probably knows this.
Because it showed the writing in the past.
Yeah, it showed three kinds of writing. There was Greek writing, two kinds of Greek writing. But then what's the most important part of this writing? The Egyptian writing.
The Egyptian, teacher, I don't know America, Egyptian. They write something that I didn't even know it.
So the thing is, nobody knew what the Egyptian writing was, Kevin, until they found this stone. And then even then, a French and an English guy had a competition to find out what they didn't understand what these things were in the temples and stuff. They would see these crazy things on the walls in Egypt to go, what is this writing?
Teacher, teacher, I know. Actually, they didn't write. They just draw.
Well, these pictures, but they actually are a language, Kevin. So you can actually read these. You know, you can read all the. You guys could actually learn how to speak and read old ancient Egyptian from 5,000 years ago if you learn these. And that Rosetta Stone helped them understand what it means. It was like this unbelievable contest to figure out what it meant. So there are the sounds, Kevin. Like ah is the bird, A, E, M, N, Q. Each character makes a sound. So they actually know what it sounded like, right? Kind of cool, huh?
Yes, yes. It is so like a kind of nothing I didn't even know.
All right, you guys. So in the chat, I'm going to put the homework. Are you guys ready? It's easy homework. It's not easy, but I'm curious to know what you guys think.
I think it's the most easiest homework.
Yes, because it's the last homework assignment. Everybody, you've done a wonderful job.
In the next class, we only just reading homework.
So let's see. You got me. What is this? You guys are writing. Tom the super paragraph. Okay, Tom, you already did your homework. Did you use AI to do that?
Yeah, I copied most of them.
Okay,
What?
Alice. My mom wants me to do one homework after one lesson. All right, so
Teacher, I remember the guy who copied Tom.
I remember that. Yeah, his
guy
name was
named Liam. The guy named
Liam. I remember Liam, you guys. Liam.
The Ninja Warrior skill who copied Tom.
He gave Tom's exact
Who
paper.
copied Tom that Chung beach.
And that's why I heard
Yeah, that guy. That guy who copied
that's the first time I heard Tom say, "What the hell?" So homework. Please write 1 or 2 paragraphs.
I can write 2 paragraphs in one day. I can write 2 paragraphs in one day, but not 1 paragraph, but not 3 paragraphs in one day. That's how I answer my friend. Teacher, that's how I answer my friend. I can write 1 or 2 paragraphs a day.
Very good, Kevin. So the homework, please write 1 or 2 paragraphs on reunification day. What will you do with your family? As Tom number 2 said, we'll go to a museum. Also, Spooky said he already went to that museum. Will you go there with your school class or your family? And then
I just go there, teacher. I just go there.
Just go there. And Spooky said he saw tanks and planes and weapons and stuff like that. Nakin, that's kind of interesting for you because you like your American Navy stuff, right?
Teacher, I go like a part of the park.
Yeah.
Teacher,
Here's a photo image I'll leave you guys with.
Teacher, I go to the park, a part like a pagoda.
I'll go to a pagoda, pray for the soldiers and the people who died, because at least 1 million people died, you know.
Yes. And teacher, I go there by class, not by family. Because I go there by.
All right, so Nakin, you're interested in the American Navy, right? So
Yeah.
Nakin, this is interesting. This guy, John Kerry, he wanted to be president, but he didn't win. His name is John Kerry. He's from a kind of a rich family. He went to Harvard. This guy, he was in the Navy. He was in Vietnam. This was his boat. It was a patrol boat here. And he actually got shot by Vietnamese soldiers. At the end of the war, he said this was a stupid war and we should never do it. And all these people got angry. Do you see they gave him these medals? He got so angry that he took these medals and he threw them at the Pentagon building. He and the other soldiers, but that's what his boat, they would go up and down the shore.
This was the first time I hear someone say stupid.
Yeah, and it's called a Navy patrol boat. They're smaller boats, and John Kerry was in one of these. He's since returned to Vietnam to make peace with the Vietnamese people. So, you know, I like him. He wasn't successful to be the president, but he was the Secretary of State during Obama's time. He was the Secretary of State, which is a very powerful position. But here he is on the news when people got so angry because he said this war is stupid. Let's stop it. And
Yeah, he looks stupid. But
he was stupid.
that guy looks stupid too.
It was, well, he wasn't stupid. He was just a young guy fighting, you know, in a stupid war. Okay. All right, you guys, thank you so much. And then I'll put in Zalo one more time. What are you going to do for Reunification Day? Okay, why is that going to be a special day for you? All right.
And the next week is just a last lesson.
I think so. I think next week is lesson number 10. Okay. So thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed a lot of history tonight. Because I know you guys love history. Bye-bye, Ivy. Bye-bye,
See ya, teacher.
Super Tom and Tom number 2.
See ya.
Selena and Ellis.
Bye,
Great
teacher.
work.
Till next time.
Bye.
Bye,
See you
teacher.
guys. Bye-bye, Nancy and Bone and